Since the government of Guyana launched its Special Prosecutors program, 60 or more of those persons are operating as prosecutors in the magistrates' courts to ensure that the state's interests are better represented. Prior to this, the state had to rely almost exclusively on police prosecutors. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlall, at the opening of the Mahaicony Magistrates Court on Monday, praised the program as unique and historic as it brings together holders of Bachelors of Law degrees who are unable to complete their training at a regional law school to now do so at government's expenses.
The police prosecutors have done an excellent job because they have been doing this for decades. And I want to recognize the sterling services that they have rendered. But at the end of the day, they are not qualified to be pitted against some of the most seasoned criminal attorneys in our country. And I'm not saying that the special prosecutors are either, but all things being equal, qualitatively, by sheer logic and reasoning, the special prosecutors ought to be in a better place and better be able to represent the state's interests.
Careful to accept applicants from all magisterial districts, Nandlall said those trained are able to go back and serve in the communities in which they live. One such prosecutor is Satendra Prasad, who was among the first 30 persons to be trained under the program and who was sent back to Region 5 to prosecute in the Mahaicony Magistrates Court. Prasad shared with the newsroom his experience of being a young prosecutor and what helps him to come up against some of the most senior lawyers in the profession.
Initially, it was a challenge, but I've always had a passion for law, and it's quite interesting. And the training and the course we do, and then when I came to Region 5, I would have afforded the option to have other police prosecutors work along with me, and so that when I took over the cases or when I was assigned my own courtroom, I already have a general idea of what's going on. It could be quite challenging at times. However, having done law also, as I mentioned before, and then at any time, if there's questions that I have or whatever, I could always reach out to senior ranks in the police force, the commander or OC, or even persons at DPP for guidance. Other than that, it's basically things that we would have learned during the training.
The program is offered through the University of Guyana and equips holders of a Bachelor's of Law degree and third-year LLB students with the necessary knowledge and skill set to prosecute cases in the magistrates' courts on behalf of the state. For the newsroom, Talisha Ramnarain.